Hi, and welcome to this tutorial on creating diagrams with the ggplot2 library. As we have seen in the previous video, histograms are great for visualizing the distribution of numerical data. Today we'll explore some other types of diagrams, their strengths, and best use cases. Some of the most basic plots commonly used in data analysis besides histograms are bar plots, scatter plots, and box plots. Let's take a closer look at each one of them. Don't forget to load the ggplot2 library and two other libraries we'll use throughout this video. To create a plot in ggplot2, we specify the dataset and map my variable to both the x-axis and the fill color aesthetic. Mapping is the process of associating variables in your dataset with specific aesthetic attributes in your plot. In ggplot2, aesthetics represent visual properties such as position, color, size, and shape. When we say we map my variable to the x-axis, it means that we are instructing ggplot2 to use the values of my variable from our dataset to determine the positions of elements along the x-axis of the plot. Let's use the empty cars dataset to illustrate the process of creating diagrams in ggplot2. The empty cars dataset is a built-in dataset in R that contains data on various attributes of 32 different automobiles. This dataset is ideal for visualization examples. Let's say we want to create a bar plot showing the number of cars with different numbers of cylinders. In this example, we're using the ggplot function to specify the dataset and the s function to map the sil variable to both the x-axis and the fill color aesthetic. We then add the geom_bar function to create the bars in the bar plot, and finally add the title and the axis labels with the labs function. We can also customize the appearance of the plots by using various colors and themes. Let me show you how you can adjust your plots to make them look a little prettier. We'll begin by loading a different color palette. This one in particular is called the Viridis palette, and it's one of my favorite. Let's generate 100 colors from this palette to see the range of colors available. To display the palette, use the Show Colors function from the Scales library. This looks beautiful. For our purposes, we need just 3 colors, so we need to type 3 in here in the parentheses. To apply the custom color palette to the fill aesthetic of the bars, we use Scale Fill Manual, and again we apply a minimal theme to the plot using Theme Minimal to simplify the appearance of the plot surroundings. Why is the Viridis palette often better than the default colors? The Viridis colors accurately represent the data without introducing misleading visual cues or artifacts, meaning that change in colors are consistent with changes in the underlying data. The colors are optimized for both print and online viewing, they have high contrast and clarity, and they are colorblind friendly. Let's now move on to scatter plots. Scatter plots are a type of data visualization that displays the relationship between two continuous variables. To create a scatter plot, we can use the geom_point function to plot points representing the relationship between two variables, miles per gallon and horsepower. Again, we use the ggplot function to specify the dataset and the aesthetic mappings, and geom_point to create a scatter plot, with each point representing a different car in the dataset. Then labs provides labels for the title x-axis and y-axis, and the minimal to enhance the readability of the plot. Overall, this scatter plot allows us to visually assess the relationship between fuel efficiency, MPG, and engine power, horsepower, across different car models, while also considering the number of cylinders in the engine as represented by color. We can identify trends, patterns, and potential outliers in the data and explore how these variables relate to each other. The last type of plot we'll discuss in this tutorial is the box plot, also known as the box and whiskers plot. Box plots are a type of data visualization that provides a graphical summary of the distribution of a continuous variable. To make it a little more interesting, let's create a separate box for each type of cylinder. This line of code sets up the basic ggplot object, again specifying the dataset and aesthetic mappings. It maps the number of cylinders to the x-axis, miles per gallon to the y-axis, and also fills the boxes with colors based on the number of cylinders. geom_boxplot adds a layer to the plot to create the box plot. This line adds labels to the plot. This sets the color scale to use the Viridis color palette. D means that the colors are discrete, and -1 is the direction of the color palette. This line changes the font family of the text elements in the plot to Acrobat. This is achieved by using the theme function with element text specifying the desired font family. I encourage you to keep experimenting with ggplot2 to discover new ways to visualize and understand your data. And don't forget to share your insights with others. Data visualization is a great tool for communication and collaboration. Thanks for watching, and happy coding with R.